The rain hammered against the hospital window like bullets, each drop a reminder of how quickly life could shatter. Maya Chen pressed her forehead against the cold glass, watching the storm rage outside while her heart raged inside. Her daughter's labored breathing filled the silence behind her, the only sound that mattered in a world that had suddenly become too quiet, too uncertain, too fragile. "Mom?" 8-year-old Lily's voice was barely a whisper from the hospital bed. "Are you scared?" Maya turned, forcing her trademark smiley, the one that had gotten her through medical school as a single mother, through residency while working 3 jobs, through every impossible day that led to this moment. "Scared? Me? Never." She walked over and smoothed Lily's hair. "I'm a surgeon. Remember, we don't do scared." But Maya was terrified. The experimental treatment Lily needed cost more than Maya made in 2 years, and insurance had denied coverage. Again, that's when Dr. Elena Rodriguez burst through the door like a hurricane in scrubs, her dark eyes blazing with the kind of intensity that made medical legends. "Maya, we need to talk now." Elena had been Maya's rival since their first day of residency. Brilliant, fearless, and infuriatingly perfect. They'd competed for everything: top grades, best rotations. The chief resident position Elena had won by a single point. Maya had spent years resenting Elena's seemingly effortless success, her family's money, her connections that opened doors Maya had to kick down. "Look, Elena, if this is about covering my shifts, it's about your daughter." Elena's voice cut through Maya's defenses. "I know about the treatment. I know about the cost." Maya's jaw tightened. "I don't need your pity." "Good, because I'm not offering any." Elena pulled out her phone, showing Maya a news article. "There's a medical trial in Switzerland. Experimental, dangerous, but it could save Lily. The problem is, they need 2 pediatric surgeons to run IDA, and they need them in 3 days." Maya stared at the screen. The treatment was revolutionary, a gene therapy that could cure Lily's rare condition. But the article made clear the risks to the doctors involve: IDA exposure to experimental viruses, months of isolation, potential career suicide if things went wrong. "You're flirting with danger," Maya said slowly, understanding dawning. Elena smirked. That infuriating, confident expression Maya had seen 1,000 times before. "And I love it. But I can't do it alone. They specifically requested a team with complementary skills. Your microsurgery expertise, my research background. We're the only pair qualified on the East Coast. Why would you do this for me? We barely tolerate each other." Elena was quiet for a long moment, her usual bravado fading. "Because 3 years ago, when my brother Carlos was dying of leukemia, you were the only doctor who stayed late every night, making sure he was comfortable. You never knew I saw you reading to him when his parents couldn't be there. You probably don't even remember." Maya did remember a scared teenager who reminded her too much of her own fears about Lily. But she'd never known he was Elena's brother. "You saved him," Elena continued. "Not medically, the chemo did that, but you saved his spirit. He still talks about Dr. Maya who made him laugh during the worst time of his life." The revelation hit Maya like a physical blow. All these years, she'd seen Elena as her privileged rival, never realizing they shared the same cling, a desperate need to heal, to fight for the vulnerable, to stand between death and the people they loved. "The trial is dangerous," Maya said. "We could lose our licenses, our careers, everything except what matters." Elena glanced at Lily, who was pretending to sleep while obviously listening. "The question is, are you brave enough to flirt with danger one more time?" Maya looked at her daughter, her brilliant, funny, brave little girl who wanted to be an astronaut and still believed her mom could fix anything. The decision crystallized with startling clarity. "When do we leave?" The next 72 hours blurred together. Elena handled the politics, calling in favors with international colleagues while Maya arranged for Lily's transport. They worked with an efficiency born of shared purpose. Their old competitive edge transformed into complementary strengths. On the plane to Zurich, as Lily slept between them, Elena finally spoke the words that had haunted them both. "I was jealous of you, you know, all through residency." Maya laughed softly. "You were jealous of me?" "Elena, You had everything. I had money and connections. You had something I wanted more. You had earned everything yourself. Every success was genuinely yours." Elena paused. "And you had the one thing I have never been able to master." "What's that?" "You make people feel safe. Patients, families, scared kids, so they trust you instantly. I've spent my whole career trying to learn what comes naturally to you." The trial was brutal. 6 months in a Swiss medical facility, working 18-hour days while monitoring Lily and 12 other children receiving the experimental treatment. Maya and Elena pushed each other beyond exhaustion, beyond doubt, beyond the fear that they might have risked everything for nothing. The breakthrough came on a Tuesday morning in March. Lily's latest blood work showed complete genetic repair, the first successful case. Within 2 weeks, 11 other children showed similar results. "You did it," Elena whispered, staring at the lab results. "We did it," Maya corrected. But the real victory came later, watching Lily run through a Swiss meadow. Her laughter carried on the mountain wind. The experimental virus that had nearly killed them had instead given them everything. "Look, Mom," Lily called out, spinning with arms wide. "I'm flying." Elena nudged Maya's shoulder. "So, was it worth it? All that danger?" Maya watched her daughter dance with life itself, thinking about the other children now healthy because 2 rivals had chosen to become partners, because they'd chosen courage over safety, love over fear. "You know what?" Maya said, feeling Elena's smirk become infectious. "I think I'm starting to love it too." Years later, when Maya and Elena opened their joint practice specializing in pediatric gene therapy, when they won international recognition for their groundbreaking work, when Lily graduated medical school and joined their team, people would ask about their success. The answer was always the same: sometimes the most dangerous thing you can do is care enough to risk everything for someone else. And sometimes, if you're very lucky, that's exactly when you discover that your greatest rival was your perfect partner all along. In a world that often felt too broken to fix, they had learned that flirting with danger, the danger of vulnerability, of trust, of putting love before logic, wasn't reckless at all. It was the most human thing of all.